or else either way, that since I'm actually always promoting myself now, I'll make sure you guys understand I'm always using my nice and beautiful ways. So I'm making sure that you understand I want to always be using everybody's, let's say, possessions and what they have. So make sure you understand that I'm always using any kind of possessions I have around me. So I have a heater over here. So I'm always utilizing everything that people give me as much as I can, regardless. So if the heater's here, I use it as much as I can. I never care about the electricity that they have to give money for. I just go and utilize it. So my biological dad is giving me money for electricity around here. I utilize this heater as much as I can. I mean, he's giving the money for it. So unless he says no more heater, then I don't understand either way. Then I realize I never need the heater then. I just go and do something else. Or else like what I do now is I say it's Diego Armando, there's a Diego Armando Maradona. Or else now if you realize all the time that I see, for example, always different aspects of life over here and making sure I'm always learning something different. But since I learn very quickly upon what I'm doing, I understand that Diego Maradona has 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 kids. I see that. I see. So what you need to do always is learn quickly upon life. And Diego Maradona was born on the 30th of October 1960. So my biological dad is 7 years older than him. I understand that. So I let it be. I make sure always that you understand that what you need to do is different aspects of life to make sure that you're learning very quickly upon what's happening. So just be able to show yourself grace in terms of life. You be able to show people different aspects of life, always to be able to love your life, because that's how you actually see life. I mean, you see life through different aspects always. But if you understand always to promote people who are great, that way you have a nice and beautiful time with yourself, because that's what you need to do daily. And now, since you understand to do that daily with yourself, they promote always people who are alive and also who have gone from this world, so that you can go and succeed for yourself to have a greater life. Prosher, that's it. Prosher, just make sure that you're much more learning about what's going on around the world, and then you're focusing on making sure that since everything's happening in life, that you're learning the quick art of fame and fortune with yourself, to focus upon understanding that if you want anything out of life, then succeed regardless of what's going on, and make sure that you have that nice and beautiful empathy for everybody to do greater, because that's how I feel. But I understand everybody is great. I understand everybody is great. But since I understand every single day to promote always the greater ones, I make sure every single day to just get. I just go that way, because I understand that no matter what, I feel that is the way for me. Alright, now because I understand now that I just go promote random people now, I realize I start from the top. I go Michael Jordan. I go Michael Jordan, and now I promote colors over here, because these people are still alive. See, Michael Jordan. And now because I understand that is the way for me, I make sure that people can see who's alive and who's gone from this world. So that's how I understand anyway, to place the people who have gone from this world in black and white, and I place people who are still in this world as color. So I'm always promoting always different aspects of life. So I see Michael Jordan. I see Michael Jordan here. And I can promote always different people at different times. And now if I do that, branch, it's much more how I place them in order, or I place them in order, and that way I understand anyway that what's important is making sure that you can feel that nice and beautiful way. And then I realize that now the beautiful way of life is being able to see whatever you feel that is greatness in your life, that you're focusing upon promoting that. I mean, promote the greatness of people in different ways, and always just go and check out those people that I have in my nice and beautiful way of Instagrams. And that way you love life. I mean, you love life in different ways, and you're always looking to see what kind of photos people have in different ways. And we're focusing on making sure that we have that beautiful life always, because that's what we always need. I mean, or else we need to be able to focus upon talking. And as we talk, we shall grow, and that's it. We should always grow in different ways. But if you focus upon loving your life in different ways, then you're always certainly that individual who understands that we need to promote people. And as we promote people, we're looking for the nice and beautiful ways of life. But that's how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I feel that Britney Spears is somebody who does find me attractive. But as you understand, if somebody finds you attractive, it's more that they want to have sex with you, is what I mean. Because the words are attractive already, but the pleasure in terms of attractiveness that I talk about is the words. But if I can see it in the words over here, I'm pretty sure the words can show me straight away who finds me attractive. I can see it straight away. And that way I'm understanding always to go promote people always in different ways, because I understand anyway that I feel always different. And as I feel different, I always love life. And now Justin Timberlake is also somebody who is greater in his appearance. And I'm understanding that when he's greater, I'm understanding that I'm the greatest. I'm also understanding that if you promote people now in a way that helps you to grow, then focus on understanding that what you need to do is show themselves in terms of show people what you mean about life. And show people exactly their face or whatever it is, but make sure you're just promoting their names is what you want. Because when you promote them, then guess what? Probably people find out, and it goes out quickly. Probably it goes out quickly that you're promoting them, and that's it. Probably then they hear about you. Probably those people that you're promoting hear about you somewhere, and that's how you actually learn very quickly about the notion of what's happening, and that's it. Probably if you understand quickly that life is always going in different directions, you're making sure that no matter what's happening around the world, you're learning very quickly upon life. So I'm always understanding that no matter what, that recently I understand I'm uploading in my next Nice and Beautiful Ways of Life in is Novak Djokovic and John Cena and 50 Cent and Eminem and Lil Wayne and Neil Donald Walsh is coming up very soon. And they're coming into my Nice and Beautiful Instagram, so you guys get to see straight away. Alright, although now I want to go promote my Nice and Beautiful Unknown Mother Nature. And because I go into my Nice and Beautiful splash photos in terms of life, I feel I need to go and just let it be. I feel different. I make sure all the time that I learn very quickly upon the art of persuasion today, and I go and promote my Nice and Beautiful Instagram photos. And I promote my business cards all the way around today. I have 300 business cards to give out today, and I go and just promote that name of mine. Because I understand it's important. So what I do now is I go on Unsplash Photos. I go and just go where the words are. I go where people can give me words. But what I want to do now is also read something as well. I want to understand either way that I can let it be now. I can let it be. But what's important is understanding that if I want to go and see the trends of the news with Gerald Celente, I can. Or else if you want to read something extra, you can. I mean, always be updating yourself regardless. And I go to Gerald Celente to help myself with what's going on around the world. And he updates me straight away in his beautiful stuff that he has in terms of information. And he's always showing me different aspects. So what I do now is always focus upon understanding that if you talk to people in different ways, then I'm understanding that I can place my heater on 1 this time. And I'm learning very quickly to just stay warm. I love it. I'm understanding this time that what I want to do is different in, I have different aspects in what I'm doing in different life forms. But what I do now is I love my life. I love my life differently, always. But that's the thing. Or as that kind of image is very important, but I feel nah. Or as I feel that I need to go and actually study it upon that nice and beautiful image. Because anything that's a beautiful image for you must be something that is working. And something that's working for you has to be your nice and beautiful life. Rosh, that's it. Rosh, promote a beautiful life for yourself. And make sure that scroll bar of the actual event over here is working. So make sure all the time in what you're doing that you're realizing all the time that you are understanding what a rally is. So if somebody holds a rally, I mean, they're holding a speaking event and they're holding an event of words where they can go and help people, and that's it. Whereas now, if you understand that one there is beautiful, so I'm promoting these nice and beautiful images of whatever it is that helps me to succeed. So I realize this one's nice and beautiful. Whereas now, because I understand that, I look at the nice and beautiful aspects of life, of people and everything, and I make sure that you understand straight away what I can to succeed in terms of different ways to make sure that people understand something about life always. Or else, although if you want to understand something about life, then focus on what people are giving in different ways, and focus on the feng shui of life as well. I mean, focus on showing people the nice, beautiful architecture of aspects of life, so that people can see a difference. I mean, promote as well in this one over here, where it's a nice, beautiful bush as well. And if you're promoting bushes and stuff that looks anything that's nice and refreshing, I mean, go and have a nice, beautiful Instagram where you can promote Mother Nature in terms of how you feel, and as you feel, you shall succeed in different ways. So now, since I can always give you some liminal language as well in different ways, I'm focusing on making sure that you focus upon something that really helps you grow, because that way you learn very quickly upon what you need. But if you're learning very quickly upon what you need, then guess what happens? When you're learning very quickly upon how to speak subliminally in ways that you never have to show people that you're really, really doing something in a moment, but you're showing people in different words always, but you're making sure that you can go and do your life in different ways too. But that's the whole point. The whole point is make sure, anyway, to just promote, and that way you understand every single day, to see how you can actually grow yourself in different ways quickly. But if you understand every single time how you can actually learn to persuade people differently, if they're positive about you, then they accept you always. I mean, in a sense, so focus on just letting it be, and focus on moving forward, and that's it. I mean, every single day, learn what you need to do today to succeed differently, because that way you learn very quickly upon how life goes, because life goes differently, doesn't it? I mean, life is different always, but I'm never ugly. I'm making sure you understand that I'm somebody who understands that. But every single day now, if you talk to people online to have a relationship with them online, then it's very ugly. I mean, approach, that's the ugliest thing. I mean, why is that? Because it's an online thing. That's online. I mean, that's very ugly, but the words are attractive. I mean, the words are attractive. Now, if you talk to people with words online, that's attractive. People online appear attractive when they speak to you with words. But if you want to have something online with them in terms of pleasure, it's very, very unattractive. In a sense, so make sure you understand that. So what I do every single day, I focus upon love. I focus upon helping myself have freedom and justice, and that just means to have more words. So no matter what I do every single day, I realize every single day you must focus upon understanding that if you go and feel like, if you feel like explaining something, then always explain it. I mean, just understand that conspiracy theories means that if you have any kind of a conspiracy theories, then you doubt. There's people doubting or something like that. So realize if there's a conspiracy theory going on, then it's the truth. I mean, anything that's a conspiracy theory is the truth, because it's obviously words. And anything that's a conspiracy theory is where people are either doubting themselves or they're making a facade of what's going on in a way of truth. And that's it. Right, now, always just understand yourself. Understand what you need to do daily to focus upon love for yourself. Like if you promote yourself daily in what you want, then you're always much more, and you're always much more in what you want. So be able to promote yourself and other people and what you want out of life differently, because it's very beautiful when you can show people different aspects. But every single day, learn the nice and beautiful art, architecture of whatever it is, and just promote it. Promote something different always. And as you promote differently, then you shall succeed differently, because you always have much more to promote, and then you're learning very quickly upon what you want. So I understand I want to also make sure that as I promote people, I go and see these other women as well that I grew up watching, and there's also Dawn Marie. And now Dawn Marie is somebody also that I'll need to promote, because she has a beautiful sexy body, and I want to actually show you guys. So every single day I'm learning very quickly upon the nice and beautiful way of life. So as I understand that she did go faggot today in terms of Dawn Marie, because I understand that. But what I really understand is anybody who really, really loves life understands how to be successful. So if you promote yourself as successful daily, then you're learning very quickly upon what you want to do daily to succeed. So learn how to act in a way that you are truthful, but make sure you understand that every single time when I say Dawn Marie, she's greatness to me. You must understand. So focus on making sure that everything's the truth, and make sure that you're nicer in what you're saying. Or else, although if you realize that she also is somebody that can always improve, make sure you understand all the I understand all the way how I feel about saying what I did. But make sure you understand that if you feel that you are somebody who is saying the truth about it, then make sure you understand that it's honest. Make sure you understand every single day that you never have shame, but the truth is like that. The truth exposes itself quickly. So make sure that what you want out of life is always to deliver that nice and beautiful way. So every single day, learn. Learn something about people. Learn that the art of nice and beautiful persuasion of whatever it is that you learn very quickly upon whatever it is to succeed. And that way you're very successful in what you're doing. And then you're understanding that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly upon life. And as you learn about life quickly, guess what happens? You can express yourself as much as you want, but make sure you understand that those people who actually have that, then guess what? You have to do better to get to the point of persuasion to help yourself to get that too. But how come they have that kind of communication to be able to do it? How come? Because they're trying. They're trying to do that. And guess what? No matter how ugly they are, they are people who can communicate that. And that's it. They are people who can communicate that. And now, since you are yet to communicate that, make sure you understand that's what you need to do to succeed. So no matter what, I realize that there's no regrets in my life. If I went their way, or if I went those people's ways where they get all those women, if I went their way, then guess what happens? I make sure that I have a better life now than them, because either way, I realize I have the next 40 years and more to do what I need to do to succeed. So I'm always looking for a greater way of life. But because I'm doing that all the time, I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do. And anyway, I make sure I'm always promoting that nice and beautiful attitude always. So I understand anyway that some people just have better communicational skills than you, and you need to accept that. And they have better communicational skills in terms of words than you in different areas. But if you just go and top it off in a way that you're better than yesterday, are you better than yesterday? I'm better than yesterday. Guess what? Then you're doing your best. I'm doing my best now. So what I do is I let it be that way. Most people can never even go around like porn stars can to have sex and sex and sex and sex. But that's all they do. They have no words to give you. Those people have no words to give you. So what you do is realize quickly upon understanding that if you really, really want to understand something about life, then understand that since they have all that, that you also have that if you just really understand words. Words is what you want. So focus on understanding all the time, to focus upon just tagging anybody who may have that kind of Instagram about those people. And that way you learn very quickly upon the art of success every single day. So just promote who you feel is very sexy and attractive to you. Then make sure you understand yourself in the process. So I see always Kelly as well is very nice and beautiful as well, so you can promote her. And understand that either way, that you just promote something sexy for yourself, and that way you deserve to have everything you ever want. What you want every single day is to learn the act of courage with yourself, to understand to never squander yourself, but focus on understanding that if you promote, then promote the best kind of aspects of life differently. And that's the best kind of way that I can really show you every single day that what's successful about individuals is I understand the words. The words are much more attractive than the physical body. The physical body will pass away. The physical body passes away quickly. And those sexy women that I see today, they start getting fatter throughout time, and they start getting uglier throughout time, and they never have a great legacy throughout time. And guess what happens? I understand that for myself, I'm doing better than all of that. I'm doing better than everything. But although most people go throughout life never really successful. Why is that? Because of the words. And now I understand I show this fantasy woman of life, but guess what happens guess what's happening with most of those women that you see? They never have great legacies. Why is that? Because they never have the words to give you, and they end up going for men who have money in some kind of direction of money in terms of accommodation and money and love. Or else then those men get them. I mean, why? I mean, because they are attracting that. And they're attracting it with words. So you have to always understand, if you go and do yourself a big favor every single day to do something that helps you to grow in different ways, then focus on understanding that it's much more about how you feel. And if you feel all the time that people are attractive in some kind of way, that you can go and do that for yourself all the time, because I deserve it. I deserve that always. Like, I see many guys who are never even, let's say, close to me get that. Or as they get all this woman that I deserve. I mean, in a sense, I deserve them. And that's the way it is. I mean, in a sense, so every single time, just understand that no matter what you want to do every single day is a better you. I mean, go and understand that. I mean, understand that what you want every single time is to focus upon loving yourself in different ways. To focus on understanding that it's very beautiful. So, I'm understanding every single day that I can always find a better photo. But understand that no matter what, that if you want to really, really perform and outperform people in different ways, then you have to act out in a way that you can speak words in different ways, and that way you can understand always to love your life. I mean, if you love your life in different ways and you're really, really understanding yourself and what you're doing, and you understand always to just go and perform and outperform people, then understand that I feel that the nice and beautiful attraction here is gone. And guess what? Approach it's much more how I feel. So what I do is I feel that I have to go and do better for myself. So I still promote, but guess what? I promise you that since that's the case, I move on. I move on totally. I go and promote somebody else. Because I feel every single day that the attraction of life, of what I mean, is different. So I let it be that way. Because that's how I feel. I mean, I feel that when there's no attraction going on with people, I promote somebody else. I understand. Why is that? Because that's the way it is. Whereas now with Christy Hemme, I realize that with her, I understand the attraction is still going on, because I understand that she has an attractive factor about her life. And I understand either way. If you promote somebody, regardless of what happens, I mean, show people. But if you're just promoting the ones that you feel in attraction for, or that, I mean, guess what? I mean, it's much more how I feel. But with Dawn Marie, I understand that attractive factor about how they were is how it's different in terms of that kind of attractiveness. But that's what you understand about also with Kelly. And in a sense, so that's what I'm understanding. So promote what you feel is attractive for you, and that's it. So what you want out of life is to promote yourself in different ways, to love yourself, and to understand that every single day that you deserve success. But every single time, just go and check their Instagrams. And that's what I mean. I mean, go and see how it feels to succeed differently. And if you can succeed differently daily, and you can promote people daily in different ways, then I'm always looking for the ways of art in terms of what I was doing before, to see always much more. So always be on top of what you're doing. I mean, be on top of everything in terms of life. So make sure always that you're never jumping from one individual to another, but you're looking for a better photo of everybody, and you're making sure that you can focus upon understanding that you need to go and dwell upon something greater for yourself to succeed in different ways, and to understand what it is about people and what they're doing daily. But if you speak better and better and better and better, then guess what happens? I mean, you just understand straight away how you can always dwell upon something that is. But what is, I understand, I can see straight away how it feels to just go and do greater about all the time in terms of the nice and beautiful way of life. But if you feel all the time, every single day, how you can always feel the communication of somebody, and you can see how straight away you can understand how they get in a way of tension. And if they're getting the tension of life always to succeed in different ways, then you feel it's much more like that. And because it's much more like that for you, then you're actually always understanding how it feels to watch somebody, let's say, having sex as well, and you can understand that how you grew up watching them as well. You can feel straight away how they are. So since they go that way, I promise you, is it degrading? I promise you now, yes. I promise you, it's so degrading, isn't it? But if you show people, let's say, your penis, then guess what happens? I promise you, that's degrading you. I promise you, but why? I promise you, why is it degrading you? I promise you, because guess what? I promise you, you're showing your skin, aren't you? Right? I mean, the sense of what you need to realize all the time is, if people watch you doing whatever you're doing all the time, you understand all the time that you need to go and focus upon understanding that you need to go and do greater always, to love your life in different ways, and then you need to make sure that you are doing greater. So if you're doing greater all the time, then you're making sure that you want to do greater for yourself. But that's the whole point. I mean, in a sense, what you do all the time is make sure that you look more attractive always to see exactly what's going on in different ways, and make sure you're doing better than that. I mean, make sure you're doing something better to focus upon understanding that your life needs to be successful. So if you feel successful all the time, then make sure that you're always loving life in different ways. So that's the whole point, yeah? I mean, the whole point is making sure that you are looking that nice and beautiful way. So the whole point is making sure that if you feel that your life is nice and beautiful in ways of different aspects of life, then making sure that you're looking at wherever you are in different ways, and you're making sure that you are successful, and that way you have that nice and beautiful way. But now that's the way I see life. I see life differently. I see life happening for myself in different ways, and what you need to realize is just promote and promote and promote, and that's it. Now focus on better words. I mean, focus on a better dictionary. Focus on understanding why you never did get what they have. I mean, because why? I mean, because of the words. I mean, is it because of the words? Yeah. Or else now why? Or else now it's because I never chose to speak those words. And I say because why? I mean, either way, now it's much more how you need to speak those words to get to those people at that time. And that's the difference. I mean, it's different times. It's a different time for everything. And in a sense, so what you need to do is move on. I mean, move on, because your time is different always. But if you feel that you have success, then guess what? Or else then you do, if you realize something. I mean, if you realize that if you want to express yourself differently, and you want to do something different to help your life, then go ahead. I mean, go ahead and promote what you want out of life. And promote all the time different aspects of life in different manners. And what you do all the time is a different way of persuasion for yourself to succeed, because you deserve success in different ways. And if you want to go and really, really inspire yourself to grow, then focus upon understanding to never degrade yourself. I mean, never degrade who you are. But how do you do that? I mean, make sure you're speaking better words than that. I mean, speak better words than what you're doing all the time. So if you understand straight away to focus upon loving life in different ways, then make sure that you're always never degrading yourself, but you're looking for that better picture. I mean, the better picture of life. So if you want to understand better pictures, then understand that there's always much more that you have to explain. So if you're explaining always a different way of life, then focus upon understanding that it's much more how you need to go and grow yourself regardless. But what you need to do all the time is, you need to be understanding much more. And understanding much more means looking for different ways of having whatever it is in terms of sex with words and yourself in different ways, to make sure that what you need in life is different ways of thinking. I always love I. But the act of actually doing anything to degrade yourself means that you're looking at your skin, and or else now, is your skin degrading? Or should not? Or if you're showing your skin to the world, then it's never degrading you in the first place. So what you want to do is act in a way that's helping you grow. I mean, in a sense, so if you want that, then make sure you're understanding straight away how it feels to have that straight away right now. And it feels that kind of way. I mean, it feels straight away that you go and do that, and then guess what, then you have that feeling and the vibe that somebody loves you, and that somebody loves you with words. Or now, is that the feeling you want? I mean, is that the feeling that you want straight away, where you're understanding straight away to have sex in a way that you bring them straight away into the words of life, and then you can get what you want? I mean, that's what you want. Or else the nice and beautiful courage of love for yourself every single day, to focus upon understanding that it's much more how you need to express yourself. And when you express yourself, then it looks degrading, but guess what, Roshi? No. Roshi, what's degrading is anything that never follows the 10 Commandments of God is different. But if you have a penis or a vagina, then nothing's stopping you from masturbating. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand that it's much more innocent to masturbate than it is to have sex with other people. I mean, you must understand that. So what you do is never shame yourself for what you're doing, and never do anything else other than growing yourself. But if you see them doing it, then guess what, Roshi, you deserve better. I mean, you deserve better. So what you want out of life is to succeed in different ways. And if you succeed in different ways, then you're always looking for that art of pleasure in a way that you're looking for words to say. And then you deserve the words all the time, because they want money, and you just give money. And they're just with you all the time. I mean, because you have the money to say. I mean, you have the beautiful art of life, always, and you're different. But do I shame myself for doing what I do? Probably no. I mean, why? Because I realize because I'm helping with words, or trying to express myself. But if you are doing anything to, let's say, masturbate in life while doing anything in terms of audio programs, and also while just enjoying yourself in the process, then guess what? Bro, you never have shame for anything. Understand? Because you're still following the 10 Commandments of God. And that's why I'm understanding anyway that what I want to do is focus on understanding that it's just that kind of way. I mean, the way of love now is that I focus upon lifting myself to the occasion of what I want. And that is what I want. I want to be able to make myself love and make love with words upon that in a way that I have words to have that. I mean, I want to attract beautiful women into my life in a way when they're so attractive to me that I understand anyway. I have that kind of vibe going. And the vibe of what? And the vibe of being able to have sex with them with words is what I want. And that's it. Approach the words is much more courage. So if you understand straight away, what you need is to have a shower with yourself every single day and focus upon understanding that no matter what you're doing, that you must always focus upon your life in better ways. But if you do anything in life to do your life much more in different ways, then focus upon understanding that Danny's image in terms of Danny Milivojevic approach you with Danny Milivojevic and his image, approach you that no matter what, you can see that his image is everybody's image of life. Approach you must understand. So as you can see, Jesus Christ, for example, approach Jesus Christ's image is everybody's image. But your image is also everything's image. I mean, your image is also, your image is also the image of everything too. Because that's how I see life. So no matter what, that you have many images of yourself in different ways. So focus on understanding that no matter what I do different aspects of life differently. But if you need to express yourself in any kind of way, then go ahead right away. Roshi, that's it. Roshi, just be able to understand that your life has to be different. People's lives have to be different. And be careful about how you're moving throughout the night. Roshi, in the nighttime, guess what happens? The pleasure goes away very quickly. Pleasure goes away quickly, guys. But what stays around is always understand to have a shower after every expression, and then understand that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly the art of favor with yourself to succeed daily. And you're making sure that either way, you're making sure that either way that you're somebody who just loves life. If you love life that much, then make sure you're just moving forward. Because if you move forward daily, then you understand straight away how to succeed in different ways, and now you're moving forward, but guess what? Approach, it's the best way. Approach, the best way forward is what? Approach, the best way forward is understanding that you need to go and repute yourself to succeed. Approach, repute yourself to succeed differently, and then either way, just make sure you're doing your content. And that's all you have to do. So if you focus upon loving yourself, then what you need to do, it's more words, I love that. But I'm never shifty because I'm real with you in different ways, and I'm making sure either way that it looks much more like a lie if you never expose anything. Understand? So if you expose everything every single day, and understand always to expose as much as I can about I, because everything I do is I only. That's it, I just do I. Now that is what I mean. Everything is I. And now I understand that no matter what, that I can move on. Because I never have anything to lie about. But making sure that you guys understand quickly upon how it is, how it feels to love your life. So always check people's Instagrams to see where they are. So you can understand how to follow people that you want to do, grab it for. And that's it. You just make sure you understand that you're always looking for that nice and beautiful way. And the way of life is understanding that you're always doing something to improve your life. But if you're improving your life differently, you're making sure that you have the difference of art and persuasion with yourself to focus on something that helps you grow. It's the best kind of thing. The best kind of aspect of life is when you're doing your life differently, and then you're understanding straight away how to succeed in different ways, and you're looking at the sexy nature of people, and you're understanding how other guys or women have that kind of nature going for them in terms of words. And then guess what, Prashu? It's much more how you're teaching. And as you're teaching, you shall find what you need, because what you need is a successful kind of regimen going for yourself. And you're learning very quickly upon what it is about you that makes you successful. But successful people have to go and recognize that the word I is what you want. The word I is something that helps you grow. But if you get an Instagram page from people where you understand that you're promoting them in different ways, then make sure that you go and promote yourself into oblivion in way of words where you're going a greater direction upon your word I. You're making sure that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly to study the game of art. Making sure that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly to solidify your success in different ways. And you're searching for the best kind of photos that you can do of people. So always understand that if you go against yourself, then go and understand no matter what, that I can always find a better photo. And either way, if you want to do that, or else that's different. Make sure you understand that what's different about people is understanding them. And if you understand them differently always, then you deserve the art of what it is. Or else, you can always understand every single day that there's always something different that you want to express. But if the attraction's there for you, well, you just keep going. Keep going if you find attraction in those people. That's what you need to do daily. Whereas now what you do daily is find attraction much more with them, to accept them for how they look once you see them. If you find them attractive from the get-go, then just go and get those photos. Always that I feel that I understand straight away what I mean. I realize every single day that if you feel that you need to go and find new photos, I feel always that I need to go and just promote. And as I promote, I find always the sexiness of people and how it is to succeed in different ways. I focus upon understanding I can find a better photo. And I make sure that either way that yes, I can see that they're attractive, but I'm understanding anyway that I want to just promote a better way. Now, if you promote a better way, then go and understand that yes, they're attractive the whole way. Or else I now understand straight away how to succeed in different ways. And as I succeed, I can always understand the kind art of whatever it is. And as I go and dwell upon something, I feel everything is the word I. And there's no shame about the word I. But I'm understanding anyway. I just go and look through photos. And I'm learning something different always. Always learning how the art of whatever it is helps me to succeed differently. And make sure I'm always successful like that. I'm successful in different ways. And as I succeed, I shall find different things and different feelings of whatever it is to succeed differently. Is what I do. I do the nice and beautiful attitude always. There's so many photos that you can promote with people that you find that nice and beautiful storyline or whatever you want. And that's a beautiful photo. I'm not saying that, but it's just that kind of photo, isn't it? If you promote people's photos of themselves and of them, and you just tag them on Instagram that you're promoting them, then people can find them. People can find those people, but everything's the word I, and there's no shame in the word I. But make sure you understand that what you need to do daily is understand straight away to promote an Instagram along the way with that, so you understand straight away to have that feeling of success is what you want. But that's all that you want. You guys just want to be feeling success. But as long as you feel success, then you have whatever it takes to succeed in different ways. Actually, that's all you ever want. You just want to be able to live life differently. You want to understand every single day that you have these different ways of persuading whatever it is to succeed. And then you understand straight away how, yes, different guys get them because of words. It's different times. It's different ways of life. And then you understand straight away that you guys out there have people in life that get what you want quicker than you. You guys understand? But that's because they have the words to give. And it's because you live in a different time and space than them. That's it. I mean, if you did live in their time and in their shoes, then you get what they do. I mean, but since you're living in your shoes, then you have to attract something different. I mean, you have to be different about your life. So if you want to promote somebody in terms of whatever it is, then promote them. I mean, promote everybody in terms of who you find attractive, and focus on understanding that is how you feel. I mean, always understanding that there's always better photos. I'm always sticking to the better life. I'm always understanding that no matter what, I want to find people's age all the time. I'm understanding Lita in terms of the wrestling ring. I'm pretty sure she has already 46 years of life. I'm always understanding to promote people. Regardless, I'm understanding either way that nobody's shaming me for anything, because I feel people are positive about me everywhere. And that way I understand straight away, because I'm alive. I'm alive and I'm doing greater and greater. I'm focusing on making sure I'm learning very quick upon what's happening. And I'm learning always the art of what I'm doing. But if you go and promote yourself quickly upon life, then you're always learning what you need to succeed. I mean, the successful nature of whatever you want is that kind of art. I mean, the art play of what you want. I mean, that's what you feel. I mean, the feeling of being a beautiful woman or man, being able to express that is the best kind of deal on the planet. I mean, that's all you ever want. I mean, it's just that kind of feeling, isn't it? I mean, every single day, focus on understanding that people just go creating all these images randomly, and you must understand that if you are somebody who realizes life, then understand straight away to just go and mind your own business, and that way you have a greater life. And that's all you have to do. But realize every single day, you must go and focus upon your life, and your life must be different. I mean, your life must be helping yourself to grow, and you must be understanding straight away now how, you must be understanding how, in terms of life, straight away, in terms of how you can go and deliver exactly what you want. But if you focus upon understanding your life in different ways, then you can see straight away how people are treating themselves and other people, and you can see straight away how you can go and dwell something better. And you can always focus upon saying that yes, they're attractive, but you can always find a better photo of them. And that's the thing. I mean, you can always find better photos of people. So what you need to do daily is understand that when you are looking for nice and beautiful ways of life, you focus upon the differences. And the differences of life is you're learning very quickly upon how to succeed, but the difference of nature in terms of what you want is different. But there's no shame when you're looking at photos. And because you're looking at photos and you're looking at different art forms and different ways of being and saying and doing what you want, I mean, the being of happening in terms of life, in terms of a nice and beautiful way of life, is promoting everybody. And then what you feel is love for those people. I mean, straight away you can see the love in promoting those people. And then you find excitement to do so, because you feel that they are attractive. And then you feel that yes, or else you feel that you need to show people how attractive they are. Because that way you must understand that yes, I can see attraction. I mean, attraction is being able to just focus on something that they are in ways that helps you grow. If you really understand something about life and how people are attractive in different ways, then guess what you do? I mean, just promote them. I mean, promote them differently. I mean, promote them for how they are. I mean, if you promote people for how they are, then you always find attractiveness with them. In a sense, so that's how you find attractiveness with people. I mean, to find attractiveness with people, then you have to promote them for how they are. Or else if you promote people for how you are, then it's a different kind of attractiveness. I mean, in a sense, so what you find physically is always promote people for how you are, rather than how they are. I mean, in a sense, so that's the ultimate way to promote people. Is promote people for what you believe is successful. But that's how I am. I find people very successful in ways of love and devotion. And whatever I find attractive is just that I find this is who I am. Always. So if you express yourself differently and you show people the different kind of art of what you want, then you're understanding always that you're learning the nice and beautiful nature of people, and you're showing people that kind of art form, because that's who you are. And if you learn the nice and beautiful art form of life, then you're understanding straight away you have that nice and beautiful nature to express your word I. And that's all you need. I mean, that's all you need every single day, is to promote that, because that's who you are. Understand? I mean, every single day when you promote this kind of behavior, guess what happens? I mean, that's exactly what you promote in the planet. I mean, always. So when you're delivering the nice and beautiful art form of making sure that you're nice and beautiful, then understand that anybody who calls you a nice and beautiful wanker or anything like that, I mean, make sure you understand that it's much more how you feel. And guess what? You must understand that no matter what, that you must go and grow, regardless of what people are calling you. And you must understand straight away to promote different aspects of life. But that's the thing, approach. That's all courage in the word I. That's why I understand straight away that if you want to promote yourself into greatness, you need to go and study. Or else, and you need to study the way of being successful in different ways to show yourself what you want, and that way you feel that you understand that you need to do better to do that. You guys need to do better in terms of words more than money. I mean, the words is what you're looking for. More the words, the better. More the words, the better for you. So if you understand straight away how to succeed in different ways, then you're learning different kind of aspects of life to never find it difficult for you. Never find anything difficult for you. But learn the art of being able to show the devotion of what you want. It's more the words, the better for you. The words are sexy if you understand how to use it. Whereas then, when you have words to give, then guess what? Brush is just that kind of day. Brush the day of what? Brush the day of just being able to express your words. Express your words differently. Make sure you understand that what you want out of life is a different way. Now, understand that's how humanity is. Humanity is the sexual way of talking words as well, and also just the sexual way sometimes. But make sure you understand that what you need to do is love yourself anyway, but you have love with you. Nobody's trying to kill you. So if you want to do something to help yourself succeed, then guess what happens? You're always finding that nice and beautiful way of love. But it's more how you feel. You feel that you have to go watching something to feel the nice and beautiful act of whatever it is. But if you understand straight away how you need to go and do your life, then do your life differently. You're doing your life in a different way all the time to focus upon something that helps you grow. And guess what happens? What happens is the better way of art. A better way of art means a better way of a better way of loving your life in different ways. So focus on understanding that it's much more how I feel, that you guys need to deserve a greater way of life in different ways to succeed. And that's how it is. If you deserve attractiveness and sexiness all the time, to love your life in ways that helps you to grow and to succeed, in terms of to succeed, then you're learning very quickly upon that nice and beautiful aspect of life differently, then that's the whole way, yeah. The whole way is learn to be more attractive than that. Learn to be more attractive than words. But use words and keep using words to be more attractive is what we're looking at. And as you do that, then you succeed, and you're looking at different photos, but no shame when you saw the word I. Alright, and then you progress. Then you're progressing forward, because you're showing people different ways of how people are. If you're doing that all the time, then you understand straight away how you need to go and grow yourself. But guess what? You always wash yourself and make sure you're cleaner. And make sure your words are better. But is it a facade to talk more words? No. It's never a facade to talk more words. To talk more words is the truth. God understands that anything that is much more about life, where you talk more words, you're more successful. Whereas if you're willing to talk more words, then you're willing to have that kind of individuality in your life. And you must understand straight away how you feel that you need to go and do all that. Because guess what? I mean, it's much more how you feel. And you feel how other people have that treatment, but you never do. I understand, but you need to realize it's much more how you feel lack. And you feel lack because other people are getting something that you never done. And other people are getting something that you never had before. So what you need to realize all the time is go and find more attractiveness. And how do you find more attractiveness? When you find it in your words. I mean, you only ever find anything in your words today. But the attractive factor of life is being able to show yourself courage. And if you're showing yourself courage daily, then understand it's much more how you feel that other people are loving each other but never loving you. And that's how you feel. And you're feeling that I love I always. But guess what? Probably it's more how they accept each other but never accept you. But that's also something that you must understand. That everybody does accept you. But accept yourself. I mean, accept yourself for who you are. Whereas now, because I understand that, I understand that you guys have to be professional in what you're doing. But what you do out of life is succeed. And now, since I understand that, I went around in terms of my Mega Drive and I did show my penis, for example. But why? I mean, why did I show my penis? I mean, you guys deserve to see my penis. I mean, that's how it is. I mean, why not? I mean, why not show the art form of a penis? I mean, why not show your genitals? I mean, why not? I mean, it's attractive. Apparently, it's attractive when you can show all of your skin. I mean, it is. Apparently, Jesus says, yeah. I mean, if you have skin, then promote it. Then promote your skin all the way. I understand. And now, is it bad? Apparently, no. Apparently, the world is good. But if you promote yourself daily, then understand that what you need to do daily is learn different areas of life right now that helps you to be successful. But never drink alcohol. I mean, never go drinking alcohol because you deserve better. And the better thing about life is understanding that if you just find them attractive like this, then I understand, yes, I find people attractive to my extent. Whereas how I am with words is how I promote people. I always promote people who are attractive for me. But there's always a better photo. And there's always a better photo of them that I can promote. But if you want to promote something like whatever it is, I mean, I'm never violent. But I can see how people do get violent. Whereas they get violent for stupid stuff in the planet. But never be violent about anything. I mean, make sure that you can promote yourself regardless of what's happening. But if somebody is dressing up for the occasion to go somewhere else and they're with you, then guess what? Approach it's more how they may be cheating on you. In a sense, so be smarter in words. I mean, if you want to go around the world traveling and having all the lifestyle that you want, then the words can get you there. Approach it's only the words that can get you into life and through life. Approach there's nothing else in life that can get you better into the higher realms other than yourself to deliver. And if you deliver and you show people different ways of whatever you're doing, then guess what happens? I mean, then you have a better way of life straight away. And that's the whole point, yeah? And the whole point is learning. I mean, you must be learning about what you are. But if you want to find attractive photos of people, then find them for how they are. I mean, that's how it is. I mean, the attractive photo of them, in terms of how they are, is the best kind of photos that you can bring to the table of those people. Then understand that you're never bad for promoting them. I mean, never bad for expressing yourself. I mean, understand. But what's amazing is understanding that if you go and understand straight away to love yourself in different ways, then understand that if you're talking more and you're talking positively all day on an audio and showing your voice out there, I mean, guess what happens? Then you're the nice and beautiful person of life who wants to help people, and that's because you have a voice to help people. And since you have a voice to help people, then guess what happens? I mean, you're the one who understands straight away that you are successful in different ways, and that's that. I mean, now you understand straight away how to go and do you. And that's the whole point, isn't it? I mean, the whole point is understanding the yellow submarine, the yellow submarine. Have you ever heard the band who does the Yellow Submarine? Perhaps you have to go find that band. And there's always new ways of life that I can go and deliver. But what kind of life has that kind of song? Actually, it can be some kind of band. So there is also bands I want to promote over here in different ways. So the Yellow Submarine. I see the Yellow Submarine is a film. I mean, it's a film, so I love that. Alright, I realize although, if you want to promote rock bands, then you can. But if you realize all the time that you go and really do something greater for yourself, and you learn something different, and you learn how to really persuade people with words, then guess what, Broshy, that's what you want. But there are images coming back to me in terms of life and how I am, and it's a nice and beautiful feeling to say that it's much better than yesterday. So I'm making sure that no matter what, I can always see that nice and beautiful song. I see there's always a nice and beautiful way to see all the rock bands. And since I see the rock bands over here, I promote rock bands too. Because why not? I mean, you must understand, promote all the legendary acts of kindness. I mean, there's Metallica. See, Metallica is something different. That's a rock band I can promote. And that's the way it is. I mean, in a sense, so every single day, I'm looking for new ways of life. I mean, in a sense, so when you understand that Red Hot Chili Peppers too, I mean, they have beautiful music. And you can always understand straight away how to promote more. And there's always more rock bands as well that I can promote. There's more. Yeah, I see the Beatles as well. I see the Beatles. And you must understand that no matter what, that you just learn very quickly. I see Led Zeppelin as well as somebody I can promote because he's a famous individual. And I understand also that there is another band over here that I see, for example, and I went to their nice and beautiful concert over there, but I want to find the words to say over here. I'm saying that either way, I promise you it's more Black Sabbath in terms of the Black Sabbath. Whereas now I did watch the Black Sabbath. Whereas that's amazing. I understand that whereas they're legendary in terms of the actual promotion of the band. I love that. Whereas now what I do is I keep promoting daily about life and make sure that either way, that as I do, I shall say, I do different ways of life. I promote somebody's Instagram over here. And either way, that since I promote somebody's Instagram, I do something different. I do a different way of life. I make sure always to promote the aspect of life that I need to promote to be successful. But as I promote different bands and whatever it is, I make sure to go and see straight away how it is. So what I want to do now is promote that woman. I want to see The Miz over here in WWE. Whereas now when I go promote something in different ways, I focus upon making sure that I have always this nice and beautiful way of learning. And as I promote people, I promote their names. And as I promote their names, I love how to promote people. Because guess what, I promise you, then I get promotion too. But since people never, let's say, do anything other than help me with ideas today, making sure that, yes, I promise you that I have full acceptance from people today. Because why? Or it's because I'm still very attractive. Because I'm attractive, I understand that no matter what, that there's a lot of what, if you have shame that somebody else has a woman but never you, then guess what, then you have to better yourself in terms of how you feel. But if you have shame or you feel that other people are getting what they deserve, but you're never getting what you deserve because they get what they want because somehow you never did get what they have, then guess what, it's much more how you're trying to express the truth here. And you're understanding straight away how to do better. So what you need to do is express yourself so much that you understand every kind of angle about you. And sometimes people go throughout life expressing themselves in ways that never does help them to grow in ways that they feel that other people have more than them. But if you say that, then guess what, then you have to understand that if you say that, then you have more for yourself too. I mean, if you say that other people have more than you, then guess what, you're just truthful about that. And then guess what, it's because you're asking to get more for yourself. In a sense, what you need to do daily is realize that if you deserve what they have, then let them be. I mean, let them be totally, because what you need to do is focus upon helping yourself to succeed in different ways because you feel that you deserve it much more than them. But guess what? I promise you it's the truth. I mean, in a sense, what you do is you get better. I mean, you get something better. I understand? I love that. But I realize now, if you want what they have, then understand Jesus Christ says never go for what they have. I understand? I mean, Jesus Christ says never go for what other people have. And that's the story of the commandment where he says never go for people's wives. I love it. And that's the same way of saying, hey, never go for my life, exactly. I understand? But he says this, that you must understand to follow Jesus Christ. But he says, for example, if somebody has a car or a certain module of a car, I mean, never ever go for what they have. I mean, never go for what other people have. I mean, understand? I mean, go for what you need in Jesus Christ. I mean, that's the only way. I mean, understand? I mean, the best pathway is for going for yourself in a way that you're helping Jesus Christ to succeed. Then you have everything.